Hey, Trick Fix, welcome back. Today what I'm going to be doing is working on my rough idle. I'm going to take off my throttle body and clean the whole thing. I had purchased a new idle sensor from 1-8 Auto for 25 bucks and threw that in over the holidays, and it seemed to solve most of my problems, but it's still fluctuating, and I think it's just dirty as shit. I remember Steve Robb saying, make sure, check your throttle paddle and make sure it's at 0 degrees. So I'm going to take it apart and clean everything. I got a new throttle body gasket. I got some mass cleaner and some throttle body cleaner. When I put the new one in, as you can see, the old one's pretty dirty. And the book said it's got to be a 1.1 inch to the top of that nipple. So I'm going to take the new one off when I'm cleaning it and measure it and make sure it's the right one. So let me get the camera situated and let's begin this electrical part. All you got to do is push this tab and pull your electrical out. Just what I like to do is just run a screwdriver down here, break that seal a little bit, and then just start wiggling this thing out of there. This thing, it's kind of a pain in the ass. There we go. You don't want to scratch this thing. There you go. Easy as that. I don't know why this sticks out there. It's time to disconnect the cruise control here. You just unscrew this little plastic piece. You kind of remember where your threads are coming out of there, so you put it back in the same spot. But it's pretty easy to adjust. Pull that out and then move your throttle here all the way open. Take your wire. I don't know if you can see that. Take your wire, run it through that thing, and then that just pops right out. You gotta take your two sensors off. Here's your idle. Then I also take the alternator one off as well, just to get everything out of there. And then take your throttle off. Take your vacuum hose that's going to your lifter covers. Pop that off. Okay, it wouldn't be a project if something wasn't a pain in the ass. They got two radiator hoses connected to the bottom here. So what I do is I grab my little vice grips here and I just tighten it and slowly work it out of there. I won't lie to you, this part of the job clips off, and I just wiggle this out, pull these out. Kind of weird how that antifreeze coming out there. 10 millimeter bolts. You got one on top. You got one on the right side. You got one on the left side. I can't get that other hose out, so I'm going to take it off and hopefully... All right, I finally got that bottom hose off. That sucked. I won't lie to you. But this is what the inside looks like after 206,000 miles. Look how dirty that thing is. Oh my God. Inside there, I'm going to do some cleaning as well. Let's take off this idle sensor, and I want to measure it because in the book it said it needed to be 1.1 inch. Nice new O-ring. No, it's 1 inch. That one's 1.1 inch. Well, I might be putting the old one back on unless this pulls out at all. Now I got to think about that one. All right, let's start cleaning this thing. You got to love the toothbrush. It's one of my best tools. Got slurry in there. What an asshole. Fast flow sensor's a lot easier to clean. You don't touch anything. You just spray this in there. On this side. On that side. And that's all you do. You just do that a bunch of times. I'm going to do this outside. It's getting a little fumy. I'm just cleaning inside this air control sensor area. And then these little brushes that from my HVLP work good too. So that toothbrush just fits right in there. All right, let me go spray this down outside and let's put this back together again. Okay, the only thing that I got it nice and clean and everything that concerns me, which I don't really give a shit about, it's pitted down there if you can see that. It's not, I touched it with my finger and everything, and I can't feel it. It's microscopic or whatever, but oh well. It's a work truck. All right, well, I'm just going to clean up the outside here, and then I'm going to clean up the intake. Just using a brass brush on this. just to make sure everything seals right. Okay, let's take the old gasket off here. Looks like it was leaking a little bit over here. This stuff is just caked on. Oh my God. You can see in there, but that is dirty down there. You know, a toilet brush fits really nice in there. I wish I had some time, but oh well. Next project. All right, well, that's clean. Okay, well, let me make sure this gasket fits, and let's put this into our Q-tips. Just spray them with cleaner, and then all you gotta do is just run them through here, and it cleans it really well. Q-tips and toothbrushes, some of my favorite tools. See, look at that. I cleaned it already, and look how much I got out of there. Especially down here at this bottom. Cleaning up my throttle body. All right, so once you oil it, you just put this back in there. I don't know if you have to oil these blue ones or not, but I'm doing it anyways. Look how nice that fits in there. Jesus Christ. All right. Time to hook up the intake manifold. What am I talking about? Throttle body. You know what I did also is I oiled these two because it was such a pain in the ass getting those fucking tubes off that hopefully it goes on better. So I'm going to put the hard tube on first and see if this works.
Are you allowed to say tube on YouTube?
There are restrictions.
Yeah.
Hey, it's the sign guys with me.
Hey, what's up? Looks nice. Looks clean.
All right, look at that. It went in. Holy shit. I wonder if I can get the other one in.
Murphy's Law.
Look at that. I don't know why that's pissing water. God, that's just, I don't know. You know what? My radiator fluid is orange, though. So maybe it's just lightly colored. All right, get in there. That go in? All right, that worked. Put both those tubes in before you put it in. All right, well, I got the 3 nuts on there. I didn't drop any, so that's a good thing. So I'm just tightening these little by little. You know, I bought that torque wrench, and I still haven't been able to use it. Just making them snug. Alright, that's good. Alright, let me get those little clamps on those hoses and let's button this thing back up again. Alright, let's hook up the throttle cable here. Everything's in reverse. Put the little tab in there, put the wire through there, you're all good to go. Okay, then we got to screw in our cruise control here. All right, don't forget our plug-ins here. And the alternator. There we go. Plug in the throttle body. Plug in the air control sensor. All right, let me get the snorkel hooked up, the MAF back in there. I was cleaning out my lifters again, so I got to put my valve covers back on and hook up the spark plugs and all that, and we'll start it up. Hooked up, so let's start it up and hear how it sounds. I put the old ear idle back in there, and I just cleaned it up. So if it doesn't sound good, I'll just throw the new one back in there. sounded pretty good. You know, I'm happy with that. It was a pretty easy fix. Even the hole of the throttle plate there was clogged, so hopefully that helps me out. I was spraying that B12 down my lifters because my knock came back again. Tomorrow I'm going to take apart my oil pan and put a new gasket on it because it's leaking like a sieve. But there was an announcement from Chevy that the O-ring in the oil arm that's attached to the oil pump, if that O-ring goes bad, then you get a knock like that. So I got a new O-ring and I'll take that out. So yeah, tomorrow I got a big day ahead of me. I just want to thank everybody for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and I will see you on the next round.